Great catching up with Grant Dawson. He's got a fight book going to be taking on Manuel Torres, UFC 323, December 6th, the last pay-per-view of the year. Grant, how's it going, man?
It's going, bro. Back at it. I fought at the beginning of the year, and now I'm fighting at the end of the year. So definitely not as active as I would like to be, but it is what it is.
Let's start with this fight getting booked and all that. I know we haven't seen you since earlier in the year. Actually, you and I were supposed to link up at Cage Titans. It was unfortunate we couldn't do that. What has been keeping you out for a while, in case people haven't been wondering what you've been up to?
Yeah, I mean, nothing major. Just I can't. I have this. We talk about this every single time. I fight and I tell you I want to fight again really soon, and then it doesn't happen. So it was just. Yeah, I just can't get a fight, and then the reason I wasn't at Cage Titans, I had some family stuff going on, so it's really just whatever, man.
Yeah,
This is gonna be my career. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna look good. Everybody's gonna be high on me, and then they're gonna forget who I am because I'm a boring white dude that doesn't fight but twice a year.
Really? So that's what you think it is? It's just they're not high on the priority list, unfortunately, I guess. Is that kind of what you feel like you're experiencing?
No, I mean it's not the UFC. I don't want it to come off as me saying the UFC is not doing their job. They've offered me fights. People just keep turning them down. I was supposed to fight Joel Alvarez August 2nd, and he went up to 170, which I totally understand. This is no shade to
of course,
Joel at all. He's a massive dude, and honestly, I was so happy to hear that he went to 170 because that's one guy less that I have to worry about. But it does get a little frustrating and I get it. I understand, I'm a good fighter with a very small following. So the guys ahead of me don't want to fight me because I'm a tough guy. And if they beat me, it doesn't really mean anything. And the guys behind me would rather get, because if they lose to me, oh, you're not ready for the top 15. But if they lose to like BSD or Fazeev or somebody like that, then it's easier for them to be like, dude, that guy's just really good.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm sure frustrating as you can imagine. Were there any other opponents besides, Manel in the mix as far as you know, or is it just him and that's how this fight got booked?
Yeah, it was really just Torres. Gamrot was supposed to fight. He's on our card. Nazim Sajikov, I believe.
Yeah. Okay.
And he pulled out of that fight to fight Charles. And so I was going to put my name in the hat for that. But then literally, as I was getting ready to call my manager and tell him, he was calling me to say that we got Torres. So I was like, all right, that's fine.
Yeah,
it doesn't really matter to me who I fight.
Okay, that makes sense. How are you looking at what he brings to the table as far as an opponent? 16-3 record, fairly impressive UFC run so far. What have you sort of made of his run, and how you feel like you match up against him?
Yeah, nothing but impressed. All finishes. I'm pretty sure. 16. I don't even think he's been to the second round. Very impressive, very dangerous guy. Probably the most dangerous guy I've fought. Probably the most physically gifted guy I've fought. I'm excited for the challenge, and every time I get one of these guys, it's like this is the guy that's gonna really, really put me in danger and push me. And I really believe that with Torres. He's so physical, he's so dangerous, he's so willing, he's willing to get in there and fight. I think that the matchmakers made a good job matching us up.
Yeah, should be a fun fight. Looking forward to it. Nice addition to that card. Obviously, if we named all your training partners in American Top Team, we'd be here all day. But who are some of the main guys you've been working with leading into this one?
Yeah, I've been working a lot with Chris Duncan. He's on the card as well. He's fighting Terrence McKinney, who's a phenomenal grappler. So, we kind of, we joke about this in the gym. Me and Chris are fighting the same guy. I'm just fighting the striker version and he's fighting the grappler version. So it should be a really good night. And I think we're actually like right after each other. We're flying up together. We're Airbnb-ing together. Like win or lose, this should be a really fun experience because I've got like 5 teammates on the card. So it's going to be a great night. And it's the last pay-per-view to the pay-per-view ever. I almost said of the year. It's the last pay-per-view ever. So that's really cool. It's a historic moment. And I get to be a part of it. I really thought they were going to put us on the Apex show. But I'm super happy. I can't wait to see Sean. I'm going to give him a big hug for putting me on this card. So he did a really great job.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. That's true. That last pay-per-view of the year, and you get a crowd, which is nice. Apex a lot smaller, so that's pretty cool.
Last pay-per-view ever. I mean,
yeah,
I know Dana said that there might be some pay-per-views here and there, but like I don't think they're going to do pay-per-views anymore. You know,
Yeah, well,
I
to
think
clarify though, just because I'm Canadian, we still have to
Mhm.
pay for the pay-per-views apparently because the Paramount deal is only for the U.S. I think there's certain markets or certain places in the world that are still going to have to pay. They'll have like premium cards, but I think Canadians specifically, as far as I know, we're going to have to still pay for those. So,
so.
in the actual sense of the pay-per-view, you're right, but I think elsewhere outside of the U.S., I think certain markets have to still pay for them.
Well, there's an easy way to fix that. Just be born in the U.S., the greatest country on planet Earth. So
Or use a
this
VPN.
really sounds
One of
like
the
it's
two.
your fault, James.
Yeah, no, it's not. Listen, I have no control over the government. I didn't even vote for our prime minister. I voted for someone else. So don't blame me here. It's all good. But
Careful, that's going to get you in trouble there in
no,
Canada.
no, it's fine. No, they're fine. They're fine. It's not as bad as Joe Rogan makes it out to be. I know he won't do commentary here, but it's honestly not that bad. It's a little overblown. Yeah. So and then kind of back to camp a bit. So you mentioned Chris Duncan. I'm assuming Francis Marshall, Dakota Bush, like your usual guys. Is that mainly who you're working with?
Yeah, dude, I'm always going to train with those guys. I literally trained with Francis on Monday and Tuesday. I love those guys. I love Dakota. I'm obviously always going to train with those guys. Torres is a bit taller. He's a bit lankier. So I've been going with, some taller, lankier guys, Jonathan Ramsey, Lucas, these guys in our gym that maybe are a little less well known, but they fit the body type and they fit the style really well. So I'm coming in prepared. I say this all the time. If Manuel Torres beats me, it won't be because of lack of preparation. It'll be just because he's better than me. So I can live with that. I'm cool with that. I'm ready to get after it. This is a great fight. This is a really good opponent. Very dangerous guy. I'm ready to get this.
Yeah, it's going to be a great fight. And then as far as your corner, who will be in the cage with you for this one?
Yeah, same guys as always. Me, Mike, Thiago Alves, and Dakota Bush. My guys, my A1s from the day one. They'll be in my corner unless one of them dies. So.
Or they have like another commitment or something. I know like weddings come up or other
No,
stuff.
no,
Yeah.
death only.
Okay.
And maybe not even then.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I like the honesty there. Remind me again who you're working with your weight cuts. I know you were with Tyler Minton. Now you're with someone else, if I'm not mistaken, because Tyler's like busy. Is that my understanding?
Yeah, I actually was just on a phone call with Tyler Minton a couple of days ago. Had nothing to do with weight cut. We're just really good friends. We were catching up, talking about liberals, all of this stuff. I'm kidding. But we're just having a lot of fun talking. It was absolutely not. I think he's fantastic. I think he's great. I just think that he's so he's literally working. I'm not making this up. He's working with SEAL Team 6 now for their nutrition and strength and conditioning. Like the guy is in high demand and he's a little bit more broad in out. He's not just doing fighters now. He's doing football players and the military. So it's like I wanted somebody that was just MMA. All I do is MMA. I love the science of MMA. I love the science of nutrition in MMA. And Eric's a tiny bit more laid back than Tyler is. If hey Eric, I've got X amount of calories left or carbs left, but I'm just not hungry. He'll tell me to drink a Coke, and I like that. That's the guy that I want to work with. You know what I mean? The guy that is like, yeah, calories are calories. As long as you're not going over and you're hitting your protein and stuff like that, you should be good. Eric's fantastic. I've had 0 weight misses with him, and not to say that any of my weight misses were Tyler's fault. That's not what I'm saying at all. But it's just I really enjoy working with Eric. He's very responsive, very focused, and he just is more focused on MMA.
And I bring this up a lot that like everyone's got vices, right? Like your vice is food. It's always been that way, right? Like you enjoy like a good, like, what I think it was donuts or something. I can't remember, but like that's because I know you don't smoke, drink, and none of that. You just food's your thing, right? So
yeah, food and porn. Those are my vices, man. It's
gotcha. Didn't need to know that other one, but yeah, fair enough. That's good.
No. Food is my thing, man. I love food. I'm not like it's weird. I'm not like oh, this is a fancy restaurant and this steak was prepared there. I'm just like sweets, sugar. I got literally a dump truck full of suckers right here. You know what I mean? So I'm a sweet tooth guy, man. I love sugar and food and McDonald's. I love all the junk.
Did we talk in our last interview? I can't remember if we did. No, probably not. Have you heard about the Ninja Creamy?
You did. We did. We did talk
about this. Okay.
Yeah.
I love it. It's amazing. Have you tried it or no?
Yeah. My wife has one and she makes all my food. So
it's great. It's like the greatest invention ever. I can't say enough good things. And they don't sponsor me or anything. I'm a believer in the product. I think it's awesome. If you don't know what it is, go Google it. That's creamy with an I instead of a Y. People get that mixed up. How's this fight playing out on the 6th? How do you see it unfolding?
Yeah, I mean, how do you see it unfolding?
How do I see? That's not. I'm asking you. This is why you're here. I'm not the expert.
If
You're the
if Grant Dawson gets his hand raised on December 6th, how would you say he won? I want to hear it.
Probably a decision. You win a lot of decisions.
There you go.
There you go. The
Take him
data
down.
shows that, by the way. That's not a disrespect. It's it's the
Yeah,
data.
take him down, hump his leg. I do, and this is not a criticism. This is more of a I'm impressed. He's never fought past. I think his longest fight is 4 minutes and 2 seconds. And again, that's not a criticism. That's how dangerous this guy is. Like, he is live by the sword, die by the sword. He either gets finished in the first round or he finishes people in the first round. I would love a first round finish, but I don't see it going that way. We're planning on playing this fight super smart, super intelligent. When I fought Bobby Green, the game plan was a bit more high paced in the first round, and it ended up getting me caught. That's not the case in this one. We're going to be safe. We're going to be clean. I'm going to make him, fight me the way I want him to fight me.
What's the goal for next year? I mean, obviously you're not going to fight this year. This is the last pay-per-view of the year, or last pay-per-view ever, as we sort of discussed here. Do you have any goals for next year? Is it just, try and keep active, hope for the best? Like, what are some of the things you're looking forward to for next year?
My number one goal next year is to have a baby. So
cool.
That's
great.
that is our, I'm within this last year, I've actually recently given my life to Christ and become saved. And it's really kind of taken the pressure off of fighting, like trusting his plan is better than my plan. I still want to be champion. It's still what I feel like I'm called to do, but I think I'm called to become a champion for a different reason. It's not for myself, but it's so that I can have a bigger platform to tell people about Jesus. And if that's not in the cards, I can die happy. I used to say, if I don't become champion, everything I've done up to this point will have been a waste of my time. And I love that mentality. I still have that mentality, but in all honesty, I just want to tell as many people as I can about Jesus and be a fighter who's a really good dad.
Elle's got a fight coming up on the 5th, right? She's fighting. So good to get that one out of the way, and then next year plan a family. That's
baby making time.
Yeah,
I tell people, because she's flying to my fight right after, and I tell people, she's flying to my fight with no baby, and then we're flying back to Vegas with a baby. So
okay, well, hope it all works out. And just kind of going back to what you just said previously about spreading the word, as tragic as what happened with Charlie Kirk, a couple months back, you see the rates in church going up. That's been one of the positive parts, is people are really, I think this really set people off and saying, look, we gotta find some positivity out of this very tragic situation. Is that something you've noticed, as bad as this was? Because I'm not even religious, but that situation, it really bothered me as a father, right? Like, I have 2 boys, so to see someone assassinated like that was just terrible.
yeah, and if the assassination of a father of 2 children and a wonderful husband who was just trying to have conversations with people who disagreed with him, if you're happy about that or not sickened by that, then something's wrong with you, man, because that is absolutely horrible.
I agree.
There were a lot of good things that have come out of that evil. A lot of people that I know have been giving their lives to Christ. My little brother actually was not political at all, didn't really care about where he was going after he died. And then because of all the controversy of an innocent man being murdered in front of millions of people, and good-hearted people saying, oh, this is a tragedy, and then other people saying that this was a good thing, that sparks interest, and he started looking into it and ended up giving his life to Christ as well. So that, obviously terrible, horrible thing, but the Lord works in mysterious ways, and he can turn something as evil and as awful as that to bring people to him. And I would say, and I fully believe this, if Charlie Kirk knew that he was going to be assassinated, but that the amount of people would come to Christ through his assassination, I fully believe that he still would have walked out there and let it happen. That's just kind of the guy that he was.
Got to ask, just because it's in the news right now, your reaction to this whole Isaac Dulgarian controversy that happened a couple weeks back, because everyone's kind of looking at fights now and going, what's up? I think, I always remind people, though, the big thing with that was the betting movement, right? Leading into the fight. Right. That's what made it different than some of these other questionable fights or stoppages or whatever. Just what did you think when you saw that? Because it was really, really weird, the way that all then unfolded.
Yeah, I don't talk to Isaac. I know that we used to train together. we
Wasn't implying
were
that, by
never.
the way. I was just sort of curious.
No, no, no.
Your
I
thoughts
know,
on
I
that.
know, I know.
Yeah. Just to get that. Well, especially now, I'm sure you see on the internet, everyone's trying to put things together. Like I remember back when the Minner thing happened, they're like, "That's why Grant left Glory," and it's like, no, that happened like well after you had like left to go to Florida. It was after the Rick Glenn fight, right? Is when you went to ATT. So.
Right. And the reason I left was
Yeah.
because I went to a draw with Ricky Glenn, somebody who I was a minus 550 favorite
Yeah.
against, and again, I should have won that fight still, but I truly believe that I'm meant to be in Florida. I'm still struggling with the idea of nothing's in our control, or if we have free will and as long as we follow God, then, do as you please. I don't know, but I do believe that I was meant to, you know, not win that fight and realize, like, if I'm serious about my goals, I have to make some changes, because I felt the exact same way when I fought Leonardo Santos, but I ended up knocking him out with 1 second left and getting 50K, and like knowing that I was getting 50K. I'm not making this up. I swear to God this happened. I'm walking back and I hear a little voice like tell me, like, say, "Hey, use this money to move to a better gym." And I'm not
Yeah, I believe you.
I literally heard a voice tell me, use this money, move to a better gym. And instead of doing that, I bought a house. And then my very next fight, I went to a draw with a guy that I should have absolutely destroyed. And that's no shade on Ricky. I like Ricky a lot. He's a great guy. But so now it was like, okay, you lost this fight. Now you've got to figure out how to do this with half your paycheck. And you just bought a house. So, listen to me next time is basically what the voice was telling me. And, yeah, so I moved for that reason. Going back to your original question about Isaac, I have no clue if he threw this fight. I have no idea what's going on. There's only two people that really know, and that's him and God. So that's on him. If he did throw this fight, it is absolutely horrible and despicable, and it makes me sick, because now I'm going to be going into a fight that I'm probably going to be the favorite in, and if anything happens, now I've got to worry about allegations coming at me. And of course, I would never throw a fight ever in a million years. There's not a number that you could put in front of me, but it's just so stupid.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. You're literally, you know, you have ties to the only other person that has ever been, accused even of throwing a fight, and you're going to be the other guy that throws a fight if this happens. Like, if
Yeah.
it didn't,
Yeah.
Isaac, I apologize. If it did, you're the scum of the earth, man.
Mhm.
Like, there's other people's careers and jobs that you're gonna hurt. It's not just yours by doing this. And just how on earth did you think you were gonna get away with this? It's absolutely
Well,
insanity.
that's the thing that's so weird about this whole thing. And the thing is, Isaac's a good fighter too. Like, I could understand if it's a guy that got into
Amazing.
that if it was a fighter that came into the UFC that kind of like maybe lucked out, like maybe got in Contender Series, got a win, and kind of knew like they were an older fighter, and they're like, I'm not going to be a champion. I might as well cash out while I can. Like, I could even understand that, but like he is a good fighter, so that's where
No,
like.
he's
Yeah, the phenomenal fighter. Not just you told me. A lot of people have told me that too. Like just in the
Yeah,
gym and everything.
fantastic. The
Yeah,
the little bit of training that we did,
yeah,
one of the heaviest guys on top, one of the fastest dudes, picks up striking really well. All the talent in the world. I don't even like the guy, whether he did it or not. I don't even like the guy.
yeah,
But I will never say that dude was not a good fighter. That
yeah.
dude is not a phenomenal athlete, a phenomenal person fight wise. Like, such a good fighter. Top 10 in the world right now,
Yeah.
right now, not 10 years from now, right now. And he threw it all away. And maybe there's speculations of maybe he had money owed. I don't know any of this, but it's
Yeah.
like, it's just what I see online,
But
and
the thing is, had he just lost, like we've had fights that are weird. Like sometimes there's like an upset that happens. Like he was a decent favorite, not like a crazy. I think he was like a minus 240 favorite going in. But the thing is, like had he gone in there and lost, and there was no line movement, it's just like okay, he had a bad performance. But it's because of the betting action that came in leading up to the fight. Like we're talking like a lot of money. Like I think there was some figure out there. Not gonna say this is 100% accurate, but I think 16 million or something. We heard that like there was like a bunch, and here's the other thing. There was accounts allegedly that had never bet that were like making bets on this fight. So something's up there. Like there's some smoke there for sure. That's hard to ignore. And then, like you said, like, this is a guy that his only loss was against Christian Rodriguez, a fight that people thought he won, right? Like outside of that, he's looked
myself included.
What's that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I thought he won the Christian Rodriguez
So did
fight
I, yeah.
as well. But
Yeah.
it's like, and then I don't know, I can't remember who he fought right after that, but he basically molested that man inside an octagon legally. Like he's so good.
Yeah.
He's so good. And it breaks my heart because it's like, dude, you know, if you had just stuck to the straight and narrow, I don't know what they were paying you. If this is all true,
Yeah, yeah,
obviously,
I
I
know.
don't know
Yeah, we
what
haven't. Yeah,
you
yeah,
would have made more money.
yeah,
You would have made more money. He just had a kid, so
yeah.
it's like, dude, what are you doing, man? Like this is awful, you know. And dude, I hope to God that he didn't. I hope that it comes out that, you know, they can't find any connection and that he's innocent. I really hope it is because it just makes everybody look just horrible. But I don't know, man. It's after the Minner thing. I just feel like they now know that they have to make a an example out of this guy.
Yeah, I agree. Grant, well said. Great interview as always. I appreciate it, my friend. Oh, before we go, I got to ask, just because this weekend, Islam and JDM, who do you like in that fight?
Well, thanks for having me on. You know,
Yeah.
I have no idea, man. I have
Really?
no idea. I was a JDM guy up until I saw a video of how big Islam Makhachev is right now. That dude could hold controllers under his pecs because he is just so massive and so huge. His freaking traps go like up to his ears. No clue. Maybe he'll get tired though. Maybe all the extra muscle he'll get tired. I will say I don't think that guy's ever making 155 again. I don't think we're gonna see him versus Ilia.
That's the thing. People keep talking about that fight, and I'm like, what? Ilia's going to move up another weight class? Like, I don't think the UFC is going to let him. Like, he already left 45, unless they're like really desperate to make that fight. But I don't know about Ilia
I
at
mean,
170.
I think they would,
Yeah.
but Islam versus Ilia at 55, Ilia wins,
Okay.
or at least has a much better shot.
Right.
And no, screw it. I'm gonna say it. He wins.
Yeah.
Ilia at 70, if Islam goes out there and can hold the pace and doesn't get tired because he's got all that extra muscle on, there's no way. He is, dude, he's a big 70 pounder.
Mm.
Like he's massive. This is a great fight. I think this card is better than my card, and I think my card's pretty dang good.
It is. So you're picking Islam then? That's the consensus.
Go away. I don't know. I don't know.
Joking. I'm just joking. Grant.
No, I'm picking
this
Islam.
Really
I'm saying Islam.
Okay.
I'm saying
enough,
Islam.
Fair enough. This is your sign off. Thank you so much for doing this. Appreciate it as always. Good luck on all the things after the fight too, because fatherhood's awesome. Hope it all works out. Anyone you want to thank before we get out of here? Sponsor, social media, you name it. I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, man. Just obviously thank my team. My team's absolutely amazing. They've been behind me for, you know, these last 4 years, and I'm very happy with my team. Very happy with where I'm at, and I'm just really hopeful that I can put on a really good performance for these guys.